Have you ever wondered why Shawn O'Malley didn't look like himself in that last fight against Merab Dvalishvili, the one that cost him the belt? O'Malley is known for his fluid striking, torching opponents from a distance, but things played out differently against the Georgian powerhouse. Was Sugar too focused on defending the takedown, which left him gun-shy? Or was there a deeper issue that changed the course of that fight? Let's dive into the real reasons behind that off night, plus give you two more reasons why Shawn O'Malley will come back and reclaim the belt with ease. Shawn O'Malley looked unstoppable until he met his inevitable reckoning against Merab Dvalishvili. While everyone expected Shawn to constantly threaten with his most lethal weapons, his straight punches and long-range kicks, to disrupt Merab's game, the reality was entirely different. O'Malley's game seemed a bit off, and as a result, he was manhandled, losing a one-sided unanimous decision to the Georgian, who claimed the bantamweight title. Aside from his devastating straight rights and crafty kicks, Sugar is also known for his vicious knees, but none of those detonated either. It begs the question, what could be behind this lackluster performance? Is Merab simply that dominant, exposing a gap between himself and the rest of the contenders? Was O'Malley so focused on defending takedowns that he forgot to switch gears and go on the attack? Or was there a third, more legitimate reason holding him back? As it turns out, Sugar suffered from a torn labrum leading into the fight, which now forced him into surgery. A torn labrum is a painful shoulder injury that can seriously compromise an MMA fighter's ability to perform, especially in areas requiring shoulder stability, strength, and range of motion. Its role is crucial for stabilizing the shoulder joint, as the shoulder may feel loose or even dislocate more easily. In MMA, where grappling and striking movements demand secure shoulder positioning, this instability can make it nearly impossible to defend takedowns, secure submissions, or throw punches effectively. A torn labrum restricts the shoulder's natural movement, leading to weaker punches, jabs, or elbows, making O'Malley hesitant to throw with full force. Grappling places extreme pressure on the shoulder, especially in maneuvers like clinching, defending against takedowns, or threatening with submissions. With a torn labrum, Shawn was forced to avoid these moves, knowing the shoulder could become aggravated during high-pressure grappling. The pain is a story in itself. It can wear down a fighter's stamina and focus. Training or fighting through this pain can lead to fatigue much earlier, as the body uses more energy to compensate for the instability. But also, there was a mental aspect to all this. Shawn O'Malley is known as the most confident fighter in the room, and some would even call him cocky. But knowing that his shoulder was compromised affected his confidence greatly, leading him to alter his attacking style to protect the injury. Entering the octagon with a torn labrum led O'Malley to adopt a more reserved and gun-shy style, which cost him the championship belt as well as his reputation as an elite competitor. And if it wasn't for this misfortune, the outcome of that bout could have been very different. Let's not discredit what Merab Dvalishvili has done in that match. He implemented his game plan perfectly. But would he have been able to do it so fluidly if Shawn was fully healthy? We can never know, but knowing that Sugar is a one-punch knockout artist, one good straight right hand or a knee would have sent the Georgian straight to La La Land. The second reason why Shawn O'Malley will return and reclaim the belt is that styles make fights. Let's give Merab the benefit of the doubt and say he could defeat a healthy O'Malley. Right now, it seems the UFC matchmakers are aiming to book Umar Nurmagomedov versus Merab Dvalishvili next, and that's a terrible matchup for Merab, and he knows it. Merab's takedowns won't work magic on Umar, who has a solid wrestling arsenal himself. Sure, he might take Khabib's cousin down a couple of times, but Umar would keep bouncing back to his feet, and could even reverse some positions in his favor. And when it comes to striking, there's no question who holds the upper hand. Umar would pick the Georgian apart with his Muay Thai-style strikes, likely turning his face into a Halloween mask. Dvalishvili isn't exactly known for having the strongest chin, and he nearly got finished against Marlon Moraes. But Umar is a different kind of beast from the Dagestani mountains. Unlike Moraes, he has relentless cardio and can go for 5 rounds without slowing down. Merab doesn't pose a serious submission threat and certainly isn't a knockout striker. That said, He might be easy prey for Umar Nurmagomedov, who, if booked, could very well win that fight. And if Umar claims the belt, Sugar might just have a slight edge against the Russian when the time comes to reclaim the title. A potential fight between Shawn and Umar would look a lot like the fight between Shawn and Petr Yan. Although that bout was close, O'Malley edged Yan out of the judges' scorecards. A hypothetical fight between Shawn and Umar could follow a similar script, with Shawn's height and reach advantage playing a crucial role in securing another decision victory. So, if UFC matchmakers book Merab versus Umar next and Umar comes out on top, don't be surprised to see O'Malley swoop in and snatch the belt from the Russian next. And now we come to the third and most important reason: O'Malley's mindset that he is still undefeated. Right after Merab Dvalishvili's fight, Shawn O'Malley watched the bout from home and posted a video claiming he's still unbeaten. While some called Shawn delusional, this mindset is actually part of what makes him a great champion. And why, you might ask? Remember when Shawn O'Malley lost his O for the first time against Chito Vera? He suffered a leg injury mid-fight, which left him unable to perform as he usually does. The Ecuadorian capitalized on that by unloading a heavy cargo of bombs from the top position, forcing the referee to wave the fight off. But after that bout, Shawn insisted he was still mentally undefeated. Fans found it funny, but little did anyone know that this mentality fuels his aura of invincibility. Now, after his second professional loss, likely due to a torn labrum, Sugar's back to his usual self. He still believes he's never truly lost and is gearing up to introduce Sugar 2.0 to the world. Don't believe it? Let's take a little retrospective look at what happened to the UFC's bantamweight division after Shawn's initial defeat and how he played with his opponents' lives on his way back to the top. Sugar Shawn suffered a defeat, but he felt unbeaten in spirit. The following year, O'Malley stepped back into the cage to face Thomas Almeida, a dangerous slugger and Muay Thai black belt. Once seen as the UFC's next rising star, Almeida had been on a 21-fight unbeaten streak, but now the Brazilian found himself in trouble, riding a 3-fight losing streak. Facing O'Malley wasn't exactly a chance at redemption, but Almeida had no choice but to accept a fight against a hungry lion who was coming off his first professional loss. Almeida went for Shawn's leg, and Shawn answered with a bomb of a high kick. The highlight came when Shawn landed a big left hand, dropping his opponent. Almeida somehow managed to survive the onslaught. Sugar continued to stalk the battered Almeida for the rest of the round, but the Brazilian recovered and made it to the bell. In the second round, both fighters took a more calculated approach, but the third round was when the real fireworks went off. O'Malley tagged Almeida's liver and followed up with a powerful left hand that sent him to the mat. This time, Shawn wasn't taking any chances and went for the finish, dropping a hammer from the top that left his opponent frozen like Elsa. Since then, Thomas Almeida has not fought again. On July 10, 2021, O'Malley was set to face newcomer Chris Motino after his original opponent Louis Smolka withdrew. Motino had no business being in there with O'Malley, and for 3 rounds he was outstruck and outclassed. By the end of the third, his face was a gruesome sight, resembling a Halloween mask, and after a few more hard-to-watch blows, the referee stepped in to stop the fight. Sugar aimed to close out 2021 with a bang, so he took on Raulian Paiva next, a BJJ black belt riding a 3-fight win streak in the UFC. But when O'Malley unleashed a brutal right hand, Paiva's black belt might as well have been bleached. Sugar didn't let the Brazilian off the hook, and the referee stepped in to save Paiva from leaving on a stretcher. Although 2021 belonged to O'Malley, 2022 got off to a shaky start, as an unfortunate eye poke in his bout with Pedro Munoz led to a no contest. But this didn't faze O'Malley. He had bigger fish to fry: a title eliminator against Petr Yan on October 22, 2022. Yan was unlike any of Shawn's previous opponents, a former champion and arguably the best boxer in the UFC, with big wins over Uriah Faber, Jose Aldo, and Corey Sandhagen. The action started from the first bell, with both fighters trading shots to see who had more firepower. Each had their moments, but it seemed O'Malley held a slight edge in the exchanges. As the close fight came to an end, O'Malley emerged victorious. This pivotal win earned him a golden ticket to a UFC title shot against reigning champ Aljamain Sterling. Sterling was trying to close the distance, as he was aware that trading with dynamites on the feet with the division's best striker was a no-no for him. The two action fighters engaged right out of the gate, trying to figure out who's packing more. In the closing seconds of the first round, Aljo went for a takedown, but Shawn's takedown defense turned out to be tougher than a rusty old pickup truck. As the second round started, Aljo's game plan was evident, hugging O'Malley more than a grandma at a family reunion. He then lingered in the line of fire and paid the price, becoming the highlight of the night himself. O'Malley smelled blood and pounced like a predator that hadn't eaten in days, giving the referee no other option. In a masterful performance, O'Malley finished Sterling just 51 seconds into the second round. But one fight still weighed on Sugar's mind, his only professional loss to Chito Vera. Now, with control over his matchups, he had the chance to avenge that loss and prove that the first fight was just a fluke. On March 9, 2024, Shawn O'Malley and Marlon Chito Vera squared off in a long-awaited rematch, and Sugar was determined to set the record straight. From the start, O'Malley dominated, hitting Chito from a distance and controlling every aspect of the fight. For 25 minutes, Vera played the role of a human punching bag, leaving fans in awe of his durability. When it was over, the judges' scorecards read 50-45, 50-45, and 50-44 in favor of Shawn. And this is where Shawn O'Malley's fairy tale ends. People often forget how good Sugar really is. One unfortunate loss and everyone forgets what a great run the American had. But just like he found redemption after his first failure, thanks to his strong mentality and belief that he was undefeated, the mythical 2.0 O'Malley will now emerge after his second professional loss. Often, losses like this can be a make-or-break crossroad for an athlete, but for Shawn, it's definitely a make moment that will start the next saga in what could be another long undefeated run in the UFC bantamweight division. And what about you, UFC fans? Do you believe Sugar still has the drive to climb to the mountaintop again? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more MMA content like this.